Welcome to the BISP Solutions. So, our today's topic is treatment of negative goodwill. As we know, goodwill basically means investment less net assets acquired. That means the amount which we have paid less amount which we have acquired. The extra amount which we are paying for the net assets acquired is for the goodwill amount. Okay, so negative goodwill is just the reverse of this calculation of goodwill. That means we are paying less and we are acquiring more. Okay, so the difference is the negative goodwill, which is treated in goodwill as a negative sign with a negative sign, or you can treat it as a capital reserve in reserves and surplus head under total liabilities and equity. Okay, and apart from this, we'll see how the investment made by the parent company into in a subsidiary company gets eliminated in FCCS app. So to check whether the number coming in FCCS is exactly the same number what we required, for that I've prepared the scenario in Excel. First we'll understand that in Excel, and then we'll execute that scenario in FCCS app and we'll compare both the result. Okay, so the Excel file which I have made. See, there are two companies. One is East Limited, one is West Limited. Okay, and this one is a consolidated balance sheet. Their separate balance sheet items are given as common stock, retained earnings, long term debt, and short term payables. And in asset side, we have building and improvements, short term receivables, inventory, investment is 70% of amount 50,000. Okay, and cash is 40,000 and 40,000. Okay, now first we'll do the calculation of goodwill. Goodwill, how we calculate that? Investment less net assets acquired. So our investment amount is 50,000 less net assets acquired. Our holding percentage of holding is 70%. So share capital is 70,000 into zero point 0.7. It comes to 52,500. So 50,000 minus 52,500 comes to minus 2,500. That is the capital reserve, or you can say it as a negative goodwill. Means I am paying 50,000 and I am in return I am receiving the net assets of 52,500. Means I am paying less. Okay, right. So this is a capital reserve or a negative goodwill. Now we'll do the calculation of minority interest. How we do that? Share capital. Our share capital or the common stock was 75,000. Minority percentage shareholding was 30%. Similarly, retained earnings 25,000 into minority percentage is 30%. So total minority interest is 30,000. Retained earnings of parent company is 20,000, as you can see that, and the subsidiary company retained earning, that is 25,000 into our percentage of holding was 70%. Okay, so total retained earnings is 37,500. Okay, now we'll prepare the consolidated balance sheet. Common stock, we only take the common stock of the parent company, holding company, so it comes directly. We ignore the subsidiary company common stock. Retained earnings, we have already done the calculation, that is 37,500. Minority interest, also we have already done the calculation, that is 30,000. Rest all figures, we'll just add it up, that is 85,000 plus 25,000. Okay, similarly is the case with the short term payables, 80,000 plus 50,000. So our total of the liability and equity is 4,75,000. We'll just add up all the assets also. Building and improvement is 1,15,000 plus 95,000. So it comes to 2,10,000. Short term receivable 20 plus 25 is 45. Inventory 60,000 plus 15,000. It comes to 75,000. Investment, we just ignore that in consolidated balance sheet. Okay. Goodwill amount we have already calculated as negative goodwill. So we'll write this amount in asset side, that is with negative sign, that is negative goodwill. And cash 40 plus 40 comes to 80,000. So total of the asset side is also 4,75,000. So this is the scenario which I have prepared. Now we'll just execute this in FCCS app and we'll check the result. Okay, so we'll have to I have already prepared the smart view sheet of this. Okay, so I have taken the POVs as my holding company is East Limited and my subsidiary company is West Limited. Intercompany I have taken as no intercompany because there was only one intercompany transaction, that is investment in subsidiary, which I have taken separately in two columns. That is, for East Limited, intercompany partner is West ICP, and for West Limited intercompany partner is East ICP. Okay, this is for financial year 15, period is January. These are my accounts and these are my movements for the respective accounts. So scenario I have taken as plan, view as periodic, currency as entity currency, data source as data input, consolidation I have taken as entity input, multi-gap I have taken as local gap, and product I have taken as no product. Okay, after inserting all the figures, just click on submit data. So these this amount will get entered in these both entities. Now I want to run the business rule for calculating the for doing the consolidation of both the entities. So our parent entity is Total Geography, and under this we have two entities, that is East Limited and West Limited. East Limited is our holding company. Okay, now for this I have again set the same POVs like plan, periodic, currencies, entity currency. Now I've taken the movement as only closing balance, data source as data source as total data source, consolidation as entity total, intercompany I've taken as intercompany top, and multi-gap I've taken as IFRS, and product as no product. After just entering all these, you have to click on refresh. East Limited and West Limited data it will automatically pick up, but for calculating the total consolidation and total geography level, we have to run the business rule. For that, go open your application. Here you can see one tab, that is application. Under it you can see an consolidation card. Click on that. Here you have to define all the POVs, like my entity is Total Geography. Under it I have entities, East and West Limited. So I'll select the Total Geography as parent entity, scenario is plan, year is 15, and period is January. So these are the POVs which I have set there in SmartView. Click on OK. Set the ownership percentage. So East Limited is my holding company and West Limited is my subsidiary, and percentage of holding in 70. So I have defined that. Once you define the ownership percentage, it will automatically calculate the minority interest percentage. Okay, then just save your changes. Once it is done, here you can check the action tab. Here you can find recompute ownership data. Click on it. Check the some of the POVs, that is scenario, year and start period, and click on recompute. Once it is done, then we'll run our business rule. Okay, recomputation is successful. Now under navigation, under navigator, you will find one data card. Click on it. Under action tab, here you can find a business rule. Click on consolidate. Select your entity, period, scenario, and year. These are already selected, it's correct. Now click on launch. Okay, it is running the business rule in the background. After that, go back to your smart view sheet. Here click on refresh, as I have already done it, so it is giving this result. Okay, click on refresh. So it is giving this result. Now the goodwill is minus 2500. Let us check what we have calculated as per our Excel scenario. So the goodwill which we have calculated is 2500, correct. So it is giving the correct result, that is goodwill amount is 2500. Okay, it should ignore the investment. Okay, it is ignoring. See, 50,000 was the investment amount. It is not taking, the amount is eliminated while calculating the consolidated balance sheet. And common stock only of parent company comes, so it is taking the common stock of parent company only. Okay, my retained earnings are 37,500. Let us check the sheet which I have prepared. Okay, see, the retained earning is 37,500. So it is giving the same result, 37,500. Minority interest is 30,000. Let us check there. Yeah, see, minority interest is 30,000 and the minority interest income is 7,500. Minority interest is 30,000 and minority interest income is 7,500. Okay, so it means it, and the total of the asset side is 4,75,000 and liability side is also 4,75,000. As this was only the figures, the 4,75,000 and 4,75,000. So that means it is giving the correct results. So we have to just define the correct povs and run the business rule. We do not have to do it manually. So it becomes easy for us to run the consolidation and prepare the consolidated balance sheet. Okay, so this is the way how the treatment of negative goodwill is done, and how to eliminate the investment in subsidiary while preparing the consolidated balance sheet, and rest other calculations also. So you have to just run the business rule and ease your process. So this is the beauty of the FCCS app. For any further questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.